Hey Faiza, as promised, I have finished filming you a tutorial on this look. Um, this is basically what we went over together a couple weeks ago, and hopefully this will help you when you need to do your makeup, and also for any special occasion. It's a simple gradient eye look with simple base and uh, simple lipstick. Hopefully it's easy to follow, and if you have any questions, text me or call me and I can give you any help you need. So let's get started. Alright, so while you look at the screen and read the description below for what you'll need, here are some ground rules. You're going to wash your face and moisturize before you begin. Sit in an evenly lit room and in front of a fan or air conditioner. You're going to keep your hair out of your face, have brush cleaner at all times, and only use your brushes for one color at a time. You're going to tap off your excess powder and always check your work using your mirror parallel to your face and facing the direction of the sunlight. Ready? Okay, so now that we're prepped and we have all our materials, we're going to start with some sunscreen. We're going to take a bunch of sunscreen, 2 stripes on your fingers, and you're just going to spread it all over your face. Try to get it on your neck, your ears, just get it everywhere. And make sure you get something that is a chemical sunscreen so that it absorbs and doesn't leave a white cast on your face and change your face color. Just going to use your mirror to check to make sure everything's absorbed. So now that our face is prepped, we are going to do our eyebrows first. We will use a thin brow pencil to just fill in the gaps where we can see our skin under our eyebrows. We're not going to change the shape or anything. We're going to use a thin brow pencil in lighter colors like taupe or ash brown, but nothing too dark. If you're seeing dark brown, that's too dark. So now that we're finished with our brows, we're just going to take a piece of tissue and we're just going to dab off excess oil from our eyelids so that we can get ready for eyeshadow. Now we're going to take some eye primer and we're going to put it on a clean palette. It could be a Tupperware lid or a mirror, and we're just going to spread that using a flat brush. Remember, don't use your fingers because it has oil. And then we're going to wait and let it dry. So before we start our eyeshadow, I'm just going to show you how to find where you're going to lay your colors. You're going to start by feeling the bone from your nose moving outward to your temple, and just under this bone is where you're going to lay your eyeshadow. First, we're going to take our first color on a fluffy brush. It's going to be the color that's the closest to your eyelid color, and you're just going to brush that with a windshield wiper motion across your eyelid. After that, we're going to get a new fluffy brush and we're going to put it on a color that is 2 or 3 shades darker than the one that you put down before. And you're going to use this swirling motion to put it on the outside of your eye. You'll see the placement on the left-hand side of the screen. As you can see, it's just a slight darker shade. Finally, we're going to take our darkest color, which is going to be 3 shades darker than the one before, and we're just going to use a new fluffy brush with this same swirling motion on the outer corner of the eye. If you leave any mess, you're just going to use a Q-tip to twirl it and dust it off of your face like this. To make sure our gradient blends well, we're going to take our second brush, no new product on it, and we're just going to windshield wiper it across our lids to blend the colors together. So you're going to blend until you think it's all smooth, and then we're going to take a flat brush and we're going to just pat it into our product on one side. It's going to be a color that's as close to white as possible, but not exactly white. And we're going to use this patting motion to pat it into our inner lip corners. Remember, just going to keep it just under that brow bone. We're going to pat it in so that it will have a contrast with the darker colors on the other side. And once we're done, we are going to blend. So you're going to take a clean, unused, fluffy brush and you're just going to make a swirling motion at the center where the light and dark meet to blend in the colors. You're going to do this on both sides until you're satisfied with the blend. And now we're going to take a clean, flat brush. I don't have an extra one, so I'm just going to clean off another one that I've used. And I'm going to put it into some shimmer. We're going to use this shimmery color, and then we're going to do that tapping motion again into the inner corners so that it sparkles. Okay, so we're going to take 2 pumps of face primer now, and we're going to use a flat foundation brush to really pat that into our skin. We're going to try to focus in the center where we're most greasy and then move outwards. Make sure that you don't smudge anything that you've already laid on your face and wait for it to dry. So now we're ready for foundation. We're going to take just enough to cover a finger like this, and we're going to warm it up between two fingers, and then we're going to press it into our skin, focusing mostly into the middle of the face and then putting any excess out into the perimeter. We're going to do this until it's mostly even, and then using a flat foundation brush, we're just going to dab it into our skin to take away any streakiness. Make sure not to swipe, or else you will be taking off product from your face. So now we're going to contour our face using this cream contour palette and a flat concealer brush. And using a cool contour shade, we're just going to follow this placement that I have on the screen. You're going to try to make sure not to smudge any of the eyeshadow that you've put on, and you're going to do this as carefully as possible around the nose, and then on our cheek, and then also additionally on your chin. We're going to blend in this contour using the tip of a clean finger to just pat it into our skin like this, making sure not to smudge our eyeshadow again. And to reinforce it, we're going to take a powder contour that's also cool toned. And we're just going to start with the perimeter of our face using this wiping motion. And then we're going to flatten our brush like this, dip it into the same contour or without any contour, up to you, depending on how harsh you want it. And I'm just going to follow the line of our nose contour like this. Make sure to avoid any powder getting onto the center of your nose. So now that the contour is done, we're going to clean off our concealer brush, and we're going to use it on a cream highlight that is 3 shades lighter than our skin tone. We're going to use the placement that we see on screen here, and then we're going to use our clean fingers to dab that into our skin. We're not going to smudge, only dab. That way it won't take away any of the pigment. And then we are going to use our foundation brush, even if it has product on it, to just blend everything in, and then set it using a translucent setting powder all over our face, forehead, chin, and then swiping that all around to set it in place. So to set everything in fully, we're going to use our setting spray about a foot from our face, and we're just going to mist down the center and down the sides before moving on to our lips. So we're going to take a lip liner that matches our lipstick color, and we're just going to fill in our lips. Make sure to follow the natural line of your lips. Fill it in and then go in with your lipstick afterwards. I'm just taking a Q-tip here to clean off any excess lipstick and making sure that my lipstick goes all the way to the corners. Before kissing my middle fingers, I swear this is going to make sense, and then I'm going to just dab my 2 fingers together, and then I'm going to use my lipstick and I'm going to put it in the apples of my cheeks and then dab it upwards towards my temple. Then I'll just blend it with my foundation brush, and then I'll clean off a fluffy brush, and then I'm going to use it on a blush color that's slightly lighter with a little bit of shimmer on it, and I'm just going to go over my blush again. You can go with a darker blush color if you want your cheeks to stand out more, but using your lipstick like this will make sure that your face is cohesive in color. And then just with the final set, we are going to move on to our lashes. So our final step is our lashes, which is kind of difficult, but do your best. We're just going to take a pair of lashes, we're going to split them in half, and the halves that we take from each lash pair, we're going to just add some glue on it and set it aside to let it get tacky. And in the meantime, you're going to curl your lashes. Now, putting on the fake ones over your curled lashes will be difficult, so ask for some help if you need it. You're going to place it as close as possible to your natural lash on the outer corner, and we are going to just press it in with the tips of our tweezers, and once it's set in place, you're just going to take your fingers and you're just going to pinch them to your real lashes. You're going to finish it off with a coat of mascara on your lower lashes. And if you do get any on your skin, any mascara, you're just going to let it dry and then use a spoolie to flick it off in this motion. And you should be done. That's it. We did it. This is our final look. It is an easy look to adapt to any occasion. You can make it more striking or more simple depending on the colors that you choose. And hopefully it serves you well. I'm proud of you, and if you have any other questions, let me know and I'll be happy to help you. All right. It was great teaching you. Have fun.